Hey guys, fuck shit, and welcome to Dragon Quest V's Monster Party Challenge, the final one. I think it's Monster Party 17, if I remember the numbers right. Though I could be wrong. In any, I won't know until after I finish recording, probably. But in any case, this is the last group of four. They're kind of a bit of a all over, but as you can see, we have a King Slime and the Marine Slime, or whatever they're calling it now. Man of War, it used to be, I think. But in any case, yeah, I was going to have an all slime run originally, but then it was like with the liquid metal slime, these slimes would be superfluous, and not to mention the final slime that we have for this one is, well, there's no spoilers at this point. It's the King Heel slime, so it would be almost like overkill in my opinion. So in any case, though, we're going to start with these two because that's the two that we have available at this time, and this is the earliest we can get them. So anyway, we have Blubba and Magusa. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at their item setup for the moment. I have Blubba with the Metal King sword, a flowing dress, top hat, magic shield, you know, good stuff here. We want to pack them up with some Yiggleaves and a Pax-a-Punch because, well, we don't have a healer in this fight. This is why Magusa has the Steel Fangs, the Slime Curio, because it's not too far different from defense than the flowing dress. I mean, physical defense anyway, but the extra healing is part of the real help really there. Magic shield, because the best shield we've got, and top hat. They basically have like the same equipment slot, so I'll be alternating what equipment they have based on what's available. As usual, I'm not going to have the multiple Metal King swords because that's just overkill. One of each weapon is enough. Anyway, Yiggleaves and Pax-a-Punches of plenty for them. Why don't we look at their abilities now? So we have Blubba here who has Kabuff and Zing. Kabuff is good, but this is a case where we're not really going to want to use it because it takes too long to set up. By the time we set it up, someone's going to die. We don't have healers to really help with that. So we're going to be avoiding that. But just Kabuff and Zing. Eventually he does learn Kazing, which will be very, very helpful. And also I won't have to go nuts on getting a bunch of Yiggleaves from the casino. I do try to mitigate that, but there are times where you just have to go all in on the Yiggleaves. And as for... Well, actually, I didn't even go over the attack and such with Blubba. Blubba's got fair strength, not the best agility, but pretty good resilience, and the other stats don't really matter. Meanwhile, we have Magusa, who's got really good agility, and only a little bit behind in strength, a little bit behind in resilience, and the other stats don't really matter, but has better luck, and that's pretty much it. Defense-wise is why Blubba's in front, because they basically have the same HP. And MP is not really going to matter in this case because they're not really going to be using it here. But as you can see, Magusa here doesn't really have anything that uses MP. They have Paralysis Attack, Burning Breath, Dazzle Flash. They do have Tingle, which can be helpful for when we fight Ladja, the last Ladja fight there, though. So that's going to be kind of useful. But they'll be utilizing Paralysis Attack, Dazzle Flash, and Burning Breath for this fight. But in any case, that's it for our introductions to the characters here. Why don't we go ahead and get started against Robbin Hood? I'll show you at the start of the fight. Alright, for mini-boss time against Robbin Hood and the Hippoblocamus. So, Blubba's just going to keep on the attack. Keep on the attack, while we're going to have Magusa here. I'm getting used to the names. Magusa here, power up Blubba. That's the first thing you want to do. Ow. Alright. Blubba's going to attack, and now you are going to Dazzle Flash. Good. We got the Dazzle. Ow. Now we gotta kind of hope and pray. We're gonna now have Magusa try to paralyze Hippoblocamus to keep him from interfering. Okay. Okay, keep attacking, and you keep doing the attack on Hippoblocamus. Ow. Thank you. That's okay. We're doing okay. That little bit of healing may save Magusa, who knows. We just want to paralyze Hippoblocamus so that he can stop interfering. Well, that sucks, and that sucks. Revive? Yeah, Blubba being slow. Could have been the death of us. Oh good, he healed that guy instead of himself. Well, you're just going to keep attacking. You're going to Pax it back up, Blubba back up. really the attack is more important because we don't have someone to heal. And we need a Dazzle Flash again. Okay, sucks. Dazzle? That Dazzle is very important. Even if it doesn't always work, it's still better than nothing. Hit a block and miss to stop. There we go, finally. And oh, there you go. Now they can just go boom. And there you go. That's their general strategy there. And you know what? That's actually probably pretty doable if you were doing this regularly. But honestly, this fight's not even that hard if you have the hero with you because you can heal. It's only if Robbin Hood decides to critical hit, which is a very, very low chance, but it is possible. And even then, you just need to make sure someone has Zing. So, whatever. In any case, that should be it for this fight. I will see you... What is it? In the Talon Tower or whatever it is? Yeah. Where we'll be fighting the Pawns and Kon. See you there. Alright, we're here and ready to take on the two Pawns, starting with the Orc Pawn. This is one of those times where it might be useful to use Kabuff, but you really don't need to. You're better off just attacking and going for it. So, very quickly, here's our just quick setup here. Just same general setup of Yigs and packs of punches for each of them. I did consider giving... Oh, I also... This is Zenithine Shield on Magusa for future fights, but for the time being, don't worry about it. I did consider giving the Metal King Sword to Magusa instead, because Magusa really doesn't have much else to do once they get all the support stuff to Blubba, while Blubba at least can Kabuff. But at the same time, I don't feel it's necessary. And also, it's a little bit more useful to have someone that's slower get Pack-a-Punched in the same turn that they're attacking. So that's why I'm going with that, but you could argue that, you know, you could have Magusa be the attacker with Blubba just playing support. In any case, let's get started against this fairly relevant mini-boss. Orc Pawn! Let's go. So, the strategy is mostly the same. Paxa Blubba. He attack. He do good job. You could try Dazzle Flashing, but it's a very low chance, I think, to actually affect him, if at all. So you could either... Yeah, you could just attack. It's not going to do much, but it's a little. You could also pack some Magusa if you really felt like it, but yeah, we're not going to bother. Ooh, nice crit. Blubba may go down. Okay, Blubba did not go down. Good job, Blubba. And that's it for that, because it sucks not having a healer. That's where Yig leaves you need to have. In any case, I'll meet you over at the other pawn. And here it is, Chimera Pawn. Once again, pretty much a very similar setup. We're going to go ahead and Paxa up Blubba. This is old. And a Krakel. That ain't good. Alright, you're going to go ahead and Zenithian. See, that's where having the flowing dress on Magusa would probably be better than the Curio. But, I don't know, I'm kind of going back and forth with what's better for this. So, in any case, we did that. Let's see. I think Dazzle Flash would be good. Yeah. And Magusa, go down. That's annoying. Okay, you keep attacking. Go ahead and Zenithian. Yeah, I think Blubba might have better resistances in general anyway. Why don't you go ahead and... yeah, just attack. Alright. Dazzle them again. If you can lower the chances they can attack, that's all the better. By the way, I have 2 medical herbs in Magusa, just in case Blubba started getting hurt too much. But there we go. Chimera go down. It wasn't the worst, but it was still kind of like, ugh. Technically, Blubba could also have just used Zing too, but I don't know. I don't like having to chance that when you're by yourself and only have 2 people. Alright, I'll meet you over at Kon next. Alright, we're at Kon, and I guess I'll go over a little bit of the setup, but not that it matters much. It is the same item setup anyway, but we'll be doing something a little bit different with this general setup. I have 2 herbs on Magusa, as I mentioned before in the previous fight. The 2 herbs are definitely going to be useful to try to keep Blubba alive a little bit when Magusa doesn't have anything better to do because, well, their attack is not that useful at this point without a Metal King sword. So they will probably be healing Blubba whenever they feel the need for it, but they'll be using the Zenithian Shield to utilizing the Zenithian Shield to bounce back the annoying kaswoosh that sometimes Kon does. In any case, though, it's going to be basically the simple thing of just, hey, Blubba, get Paxid. Okay, survive. So, unfortunately, the beginnings tend to be not as interesting because, well, we're limited in what we can do. Anyways, I'll go ahead and meet you at the start of the fight because it does take a little bit of setup. See you there. For Kon the Knight. Alright, invincible phase, just kerplunk. Then you're going to actually kabuff, and you are going to Paxa up Blubba. We're going to throw one kabuff in just to kind of help a little. You're indestructible. Deborah says no. I usually choose Deborah. But anyway. Finish him off. Okay, by finishing him off, she means to kerplunk, of course, right? Yeah. You attack, and you are going to Zenithian Shield, which is probably going to stop you from being healed, but whatever. Unfortunately, that's part of it. Don't attack him. You're not supposed to. Alright, you keep attacking. I don't know if Dazzle Flash works. Yeah, it does. I would have thought Magusa would have had better resistances, but okay, fine. Let's see. Well, you know what? Defend, actually. Your attack's not worth it enough, and I want rather have you self-heal a little. Alright, you're definitely going to go down. Why don't you heal Blubba? Yeah. Even if you healed, I don't think it would have worked, so... Come on back. Now you missed. Jeez. Alright, Zenithian. And, you know what? Throw an herb over at Blubba. Haha! Now, that's one way you could attack. Alright, you're out of herbs, so at this point, I guess you may as well do a little titty-bitty bits of attacking. Dazzle? That didn't work. Yeah. It's a little bit harder when you don't have healing. Oh, that was nice. Alright. Second to last Paxa. Blubba actually does have resistances, though, plus has the flowing dress. Anyway, there goes Kon. Bye-bye, Kon. Time to turn into stone and, well, be happy with that, well... I always question this, like, what the hell happens to these monsters after this fight? Because all you get is the hero and the wife, and they get turned to stone, but it's like, what happened to the monsters? And I always hate that. I really always want, like, something to pop up where it's like, the monsters try to do something and he just kind of brushes them off with like a teleport spell or uses a swoosh to swoosh them off the tower. Something like that to show like, they're not just standing around like, whoo, they don't have to say anything. They're monsters. Anyway, that ran aside. I'll see you at the next fight, which is probably going to be Slon if I don't jump into Bjorn. I'll see you either. Hey guys, and now we're back with the full party, and I'll be honest, I thought this party was going to be kind of stacked, but, sort of, I guess? I don't know, but we got our two new party members. Why don't we show them off there? Now, we already knew Blubba and Magusa, but we first got Hogarty. Hogarty is surprisingly pretty good. He is basically a Warhog, which is basically the guy we're about to face, sort of just a recolor. He has pretty damn good equipment. He's got good strength, good resilience. And he's got very good, yeah, he's just all around. He's just pretty damn good. Again, he has some actually pretty good resistances as well. Honestly, I'm surprised how decent he is. He gets focus strength and buff. Buffer is really unnecessary. Eventually, he does get oomph, though, which is pretty damn useful, too. So really, he's surprised me how, well, decent he is. He's a little bit above a regular attacker. He gives you a little extra. Good for him. And then we have Kingoo, who I thought would be way overpowered, but he's actually kind of not. He has the usual slime type of equipment, though he can only equip like boomerangs and some certain swords and whatnot. But he also, he has actually pretty decent stats. His level is kind of abysmal, but he also doesn't need to level up much to get all of his stats, so it's kind of like whatever on that part. The reason why I say he's kind of mixed is, well, while he has good HP, good MP, and very decent stats, he doesn't get full heal. He doesn't get any single target healing. He only gets Omniheal, and then it's Drain Magic and Absorb Magic, a couple other spells. I think he gets like some support spells in the future as well. But generally, yeah, it's actually not as useful as you think. Full heal is just so much better than Omniheal because Omniheal costs so much MP. That Happy Hat, while helpful, is still like draining a lot of resources, really, because well, the Omniheal just drains a lot of his MP, and we have to constantly use either elfin elixirs or wizard rings. I don't know. I'm actually not as happy with them as, like, say, a CureSlime or even a Heal Slime. Both of those, I feel like, are actually better options. This guy is just, he's kind of all in one package, and he's good for the Omniheal, but that's about it. Yeah, he gets, he does eventually get Kazing. He gets the Insulatal, Kerplunk, which we're not going to use. Hocus Pocus, which is, like, also, yeah, let's use our healer for Hocus Pocus. And Puff, which is also ridiculous. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, he's not as great as I thought he would be. So, in any case, we're about to fight off Slon the Rook, I think it is. Yeah, Slon the Rook. And so here's our setup. Blubba's going to be our main attacker for this. One thing I forgot to do is I want to give some more packs of punches over to our buddy here, Megusa. But in any case, so here's our equipment setup here. This is about the best Blubba can be equipping at the moment. A couple Yigglies until he learns Kazing. He only has Zing at the moment, if I remember right. Yeah, so I'd rather have him do that. Then we have Hogarty, as I told you. He has got some good equipment, and so, of course, he's going to get the Sacred Sword and Miracle Sword combo, making him extremely helpful. This Dragon's Bane's for when we encounter dragons on the casual, don't worry about that. And Spiked Armor for metal slimes, really, so don't worry about either of those. But he's also got a Fairy Foil, which I just got from Fairy Lay, which is, I mean, he doesn't really need to have it. He just happens to have it. The Yigdu I actually meant to give to Megusa, though. But, yeah, he's got an Elfin Elixir if he needs it, but generally, he's just going to be attacking, and he does a very damn good job at it. I am so surprised how decent he is at it. And then, speaking of Megusa, we got 2 Flame Tank Boomerangs from Fairy Lay's TNT board. So, the Miracle Sword I got from Fairy Lay, while the Miracle Armor I got from Mini Metals. And, Megusa is eventually going to be getting rid of the Slime Curio. At the moment, it's still fine, but defense is going to be more important to him than this little casual healing soon. Otherwise, he's got the best equipment that he can equip at the moment. I gave him the Meteorite Bracer, and I forgot to give it to someone else, but at the moment, it really doesn't matter. Zipthian Shield also doesn't matter for random battles, same with the Anti-Magic. It's really about packs of punches, maybe a Yiggly, and the Yigdu for emergency oh-shits. And as for Kingoo here, he's got the other Flame Tang Boomerang, and then Flowing Dress, Happy Hat, Magic Shield. Elfin Charm we got from Mantle Place, and then same with the Staff of Anti-Magic and Magma Staff, they're just extras for when we're in battles. Diamond was also for in battles, so if we have someone to zing if we need to eventually. For the most part, don't worry about these two things. He's got the Staff of Salvation to help him that's for your single target healing, so you could actually, single target heal, not just Omniheal all the time. But because we have the Omniheal, this fight's going to go pretty easy, honestly. So, well, we don't have to worry. Anyway, why don't we go ahead and just say, what up, Slon? We're going to interfere with that mastery. For boss time against Slon. Now, Slon is actually a little bit difficult, and I'm not cheesing him with the Scarecrow, or Terror Crow. So, we're actually going to Kabuff. You're going to focus Strength. You're going to Packs and Punch Hogarty. And you are going to, let's see... Actually, you don't really have much else better to do, because you don't have any of your buffing moves. I guess you could attack. Ow. Alright. He got his healing a little bit in. Kabuff. Attack. You are going to Paxa Blubba. And you are going to Staff of Salvation Hogarty. You probably won't need it. Yeah. I probably should put Hogarty in front at this point. Yeah, you also don't want to leave him on focus on healing, because otherwise Kingoo seems to automatically Omni-heal. It's kind of annoying. In any case... Oh, no. Let's see. You know what? You may as well attack. And you are going to... No, I didn't want that. That did not matter at all. Alright, well, attack. you know, you may as well attack too and heal. Eventually, Magoose is probably going to be the one helping healing too. Yeah, Hogarty does a very good job here. I probably will be a higher level when I take with Bishop Ladja, by the way. But anyway, yeah, go ahead and attack. I think Hogarty will probably be okay. I guess attack. You're probably better off with... what do you call it? Having, you know, Bubba, why don't you defend at this time? You probably are better off with getting the Meteorite Bracer on Kingoo instead, honestly. It's a bit of a foul here, but whatever. Because he does hit hard. Anyway, just attack, attack, and heal. Because Kingoo is a little too slow. Alright. Essentially, this is all we're doing. It's just everyone attacked and one heal. Alright, boom, boom. Yeah, not much else here, unfortunately. He should almost be dead now. Seriously, he should almost be dead now. I say, you're supposed to cue the killing moment. Not his killing moment. There you go. I knew it would happen eventually. Yeah, he's not very hard, but like we weren't really very well set up for this anyway, and I could have probably buffed more. Anyway, I'll probably next time I'll have the Meteorite Bracer on Kingoo so that he can actually heal when in emergencies, and also Magusa is pretty fast naturally anyway, so it probably doesn't need this. So I will see you over at Bishop Ladja, possibly at higher levels. Alright, we're here at Bishop Ladja, and this is one of those times where I can beat him. I probably shouldn't do it yet, though, because, well, it's gonna take a while. We don't have the best of attacks for this at all. He's got a lot of defense, and our attack is not quite that good, despite the fact that, you know, 211, 194, all this is decent and all, but it's like, it's not enough, really. So, yeah, this is going to be a little bit tedious. But in any case, I've moved my items around. The more important things to look at, really, because everyone else's equipment is the same, is Magusa. Magusa's got the Zenithian Shield, a Fairy Foil to let them boost their defense after they Zenithian Shield up or something. They also got the Zenithian Sword to mess with Ladja's AI a bit. And then I just kind of threw in the Lightning Staff as a, like, well, it's damage. It's not going to be a lot of damage, but it's better than the attack that they have, so why not, I guess. And also a Yiggly for emergencies, but packs of punches for Hogarty and Blubba. Kingoo here is going to be equipped with the usual stuff. I got the Meteorite Bracer on them. Also, I misspoke. I didn't go to Mantle Place because I can't go there yet. You can get an Elfin Charm in Mantle Place, but no, I got this one from the TNT board in very late, so. In any case, though, I also got the Magma Step on there in case Kingoo decides to attack for some reason, and maybe it'll do something. Who knows? And then Staff of Salvation, of course, and an Elfin Elixir, and just in case, and a Dark Shield to help keep their MP up. So that's all that we have to know about there. In any case, we're going to get this started. This is probably going to take a bit. So, let's not care. Let's prove our strength. Excuse me. Against Bishop Ladja. Alright, first things first, Insulate. You're going to focus strength, you are going to Paxa up that punch, and you are going to Dark Shield. Insulate didn't come in yet. Okay, next you're going to go ahead and Kabuff. You are going to attack. You are going to Fairy Foil yourself to go up a little. And I'm actually going to use Omniheal, because you may as well. Oh, he bounced. Good attack. And he also healed himself pretty well that way, too. Okay, you're going to keep kabuffing. You're going to another Focus Strength. You are going to mess with his AI by Zenithian Sorting. Zenithian Sword, he would... Yeah, makes it that he can't really do much else here, so why don't you... absorb magic on Blubba, why not? Give Blubba some extra MP, I guess. Alright. Keep kabuffing, you attack. let's see. Yeah, Fairy Foil and heal. That attack is good. It's just that by the time it comes up, it's not that big a deal. All right, you're gonna keep kabuffing. You're going to, well, no, you're going to focus. Yeah, you're gonna focus. At this point, oh yeah, because you're fully oomph. This will help get him unbuffed. This will help him get buffed up by using bounce now. And you keep healing. All right, Magusa's got something to do now. Ah, nice. See, that's helpful. Why don't you go ahead and attack Zenithian, and do you need to heal anybody? You don't. Ah, Magma Staff. 20 damage. That's actually more than his attack, so neat. Alright. Looks like we're as buffed as we can. You can start the... Actually, did you even get buffed? I don't think so. Well, go ahead and you two can just attack. I'm just not going to worry about doing the focus strength anymore. That was fun for a bit, but it's going to get tedious. Your packs of punching, he is still oomph. Why don't you just heal? Ow. But you get some MP back. Hooray! That's why I said, like, I may as well Omni-heal. Why not? Right. Double attack. You may as well Zenithian. And yeah, heal yourself. Mm-hmm. Okay, those two are busy. Did you already do that? I forget. I honestly forget if he oomphed them or not. I'm gonna say you did. And why don't you go ahead and Lightning Staff, and you keep healing yourself. Hey, damage. Yeah, that's with oomph. That's kind of unfortunate, really. Yeah, you may as well Zenithian it down, and you don't have to heal, so a little bit of damage. Insulate's doing work. And this is basically going to be the fight. Alright, you already did the... got rid of his stuff, Lightning Staff, I guess, and you could heal, or you could Magma, or, funny enough, we could actually drain magic. It's kind of funny, that's all. I only did that just because it feels insulting. Alright, at this point, yeah, Lightning Staff, and you know what? Throw an Omni-heal, why not? No, I said throw an Omni-heal. Because we were maxed out at MP anyway. There's something amusing about stealing his MP. Okay, you two can attack, you're gonna Zenithian, mess with him more, and you keep Magma Staffing. Seriously, Magusa and Kingoo, their regular attack does like under 20, so you may as well use their abilities. Oh, good for you. You got some MP back. Not that you need it, but good for you. Attacks. Right. Lightning, and do a heal. Ooh, that could have been dangerous. Alright, I'm gonna have those two attack. I'm gonna actually have Magusa defend because there's really not much else for them to do right now anyway. There we go. Better to play it safe. Alright, and now you can go back to Lightning Staffing and pretending you're useful. Oh, actually, Zenithian, and you go ahead and heal him. I forgot to do that. Alright, but yeah, like I said, this is going to take a bit. Yeah, big 20 damage, oh boy. To be honest, it's basically like 1.5 of, it's an extra half of Blubba, so why not? You know what? Throw an Omni-heal. It's fun to just be able to do that. I don't think he's got the stuff, the bounce up right now, so go ahead and keep doing that. MP for you. There we go. Go ahead and Zenithian, self-heal. Yeah. Like I said, we're sturdy enough, but we're not very strong, and I probably should have leveled up more if you wanted more entertaining. But it is kind of fun to be able to say we did this with this low level, so... But yeah, when I do Bjorn, I'm 100% going to be changing things around here. Yeah, Lightning Staff and heal, because he hasn't bounced. Alright, boom boom. And I didn't mean to attack, but that's what I mean, like his attack's low. Flubba might go down. Oh, he bounced. We got lucky. Just Omniheal. I won't be that free with Omniheals in the future, by the way. It's just more like a why not. Also, bounce wore off, really? Oh. Alright, you two attack. I'm going to actually have you bounce. I don't really pay attention to the bounce that much. It's not really that important, because right now, Staff of Salvation is very strong. Okay, you two attack. I guess Lightning Staff, and you heal Blubba. Unless Mugusa gets physically attacked twice, I'm not really too worried. Okay, and heals for you. Ugh. Oh, there we go. Anytime he does it, it's like, oh good, Mugusa, you can do something a little more useful. I mean, the attack's not bad, but it's still like, eh. But yeah, having someone dedicated to do that keeps you alive, and it kind of probably helps with low-level runs if you ever want to do that. Just having an extra person to distract or something. But yeah. Again, we have it in the bag, other than... Nice dodge. Other than stupid mistakes that happen, which are bound to happen. I mean, I'm playing, so... Oh, bounces off. And good thing he didn't do a double Caprizzle there. Oh, and there you go. There goes Bishop Ladja. Again, that was unnecessary long, but we got him. That's all that matters. And we're going to get level up? Yeah, we're going to get level ups. I mean, at least I can use the experience in a way that's meaningful. Honestly, Mugusa, I hope you get... Mugusa gets ice spells eventually, but they're not going to be as useful, and they weren't going to be useful against him anyway, because so many enemies have immunity to... Ooh, now you get Insuladal. Alright, but so many enemies get immunity to ice in this game, unfortunately. Someone else leveled up? You double leveled up? Wow, go you. Wasn't expecting that. But alright, next time I'll meet you over at Bjorn, where we will definitely be at higher levels. See you then.